Okay, welcome back to the next part of the takeover. Here we're going to take a look at the gear rate 2. Fortunately enough, he is an owner of an A1 heart, so we can just use the A1 heart strat, where we're going to use him and shield everyone around him to keep him alive. So I think the beginning and the idea behind it itself is most likely known by now. We're going to go into Pharisee next. Usually I tend to do Ardea, but if you're just not having enough damage to clear out the minions here, it doesn't really help you at all. So we can just go into Ardea now. And in second phase, the second Earthquake, I tend to just use the Eileen ult and heal against that. Okay, now we use the shield and everything and keep everyone alive. Perfect. So now, obviously, the rock throwers are going to be the important ones, important and annoying ones, to be honest, that are coming in here. We're just gonna need to survive these. I forgot to trigger Assault. Oopsie. And use the shield again to stay alive. And Sadie, obviously, as well. It's a bit awkward already that there's one going through, which isn't too much of an issue. Okay, here comes another Shriek. We're gonna use the shield and everything, stay alive. And as soon as possible, once he gets out of his shield phase, man. Okay, we're gonna heal against that. Okay, now we're just gonna leave him to 200%. Trigger his ult. So as you can see, even if one like this one is out of range, it's not really an issue at all. Could even just go ahead and switch these two out. Use Sarkaden's ult here. And just nuke the boss. You could go ahead and try to time that a little bit better or get rid of that one mob running through, but this is most likely a thing that isn't going to occur on the actual run where you have Power of Dominance, so that's not really a thing that we need to bother about. Okay, that is Gear Rate 2. Now it's time to move over to the next Gear Rate, and we'll see how we probably going to get through 1 and then to 3. Welcome back to the second part of the Gear Rate videos. Here we are back at Gear Rate 1. Unfortunately, only stage 23. For 24, there was a little bit of damage missing. I've tried it 2 times, but unfortunately wasn't getting through. This team is actually a very good showcase now next to the video that I've done earlier already, a few days ago. First of all, we're using the current fusion. What's her name? Carosa again. Increases all mages damage by 6%. This works even if she's not in the faction bonus, so just having her in the team is already going to give that bonus. Furthermore, he's gladly having Cyrus, so I can even show you the strategy of blocking the boss, which is going to be another strategy. And it's not the required awakenings on Magda and Eluin, meaning we're not going to have as much cost regeneration as I was doing in my video. So the strategy itself is still going to be pretty much the same. We want to use Magda and Vienna as our main DPS units, so they are getting the boost. There isn't really a difference. We're just going to use Carosa as our morale tank. could say so. Get him in here. But apart from that, it's everything the same that we're doing. So we're gonna use bells early. Perfect. Get his death out. We're gonna manipulate the healing up top so we can clear out these waves clean. Perfect. Oh, there was one surviving, unfortunately. Get her out. And then once they move around the corner, we can get Carosa back in. So once again, we want to clear this wave out ASAP. Perfect. Get Cerberus back in and Artemis. Now we're going to have the bonus damage of the inspiration of Artemis on him. And now we can use, whoops, she died. These two together so that we're boosting him as much as possible. And unfortunately missed the timing for the anti-heal. We unfortunately dropped some damage due to that. But it is what it is. So now what we want to do is drop Cyrus facing the right side so that he's hopefully had the right timing on that, that he's tanking the boss. So we can continue triggering the Cyrus ult pretty much all the time, just to have his skeleton out as much as possible, and heal Cyrus up with A, the Wood Elves, and B, oops, with Artemis. He's going to be the other one that actually heals him. And now we're just triggering pretty much all the ults through, clear as much as possible. There isn't really anything now to it. That one didn't die. Interesting. With the wall HP still being that high, we could technically even go ahead and remove him here, drop him again, boost him. And now he dies and is going to deal a lot of damage to the boss. And that way, we're clearing that stage. So as you can see, this is a strategy how you want to deal with the boss with Cyrus if you have him. And you can use Carosa as the morale tank, as I said, to manipulate the healing and just have a second unit in there. And we even had Cerberus as the top damage dealer here. Okay, then I'm just going on a quick pause and we're gonna take a look at Gear Raid 3. So welcome back to the last part of the Gear Raid takeover. This is now stage 22. I would say a pretty standard setup. Laura for the right side, this dude Kai for the left side, forgot his name again, Silas middle with addition of Hex. Unfortunately, he's missing a little bit of damage in the gear, which is why the gear rate 323 wasn't really doable. So we're just gonna run through 22 once again and show how it's done. So we get the middle part down, just to deal with that area as soon as possible. And let Alora take care on the left side, right side, sorry. Left, right, all the same. And then we're going into Kai. We'll add Elwyn behind that. Probably been better to delay this here by one attack of the boss, just to make sure that he is not hitting Kai in that spot here right now. But apart from that, yeah, we just leave it like that. Let Kai take care of the left side. And we can even use the Elwyn Wood Elf in the middle just to support with the healing. I was a little bit late on the Alora trigger, which gladly didn't matter. Now we can even add Iowa here as another layer of support in case anything comes through here. And that's it. This is for the lower stages. Why am I using Kai here? Just as a heads up, because at least for me personally, I haven't had Kai for a long time, and I just didn't know. We're using him because he has a passive, which is going to increase the damage of your piercers. This is this one. After a cluster projectile hits, increases the damage dealt to airborne units by 20% for all allied marksman heroes on the field for 15 seconds. This 20% damage increase is huge. And if you're even having him A5, this is going to increase by another 10%, so you get 30% damage increase. This is one of the reasons why he is technically better than a Nyx on the left side. They're both doing the same job, but he is going to actually assist your whole team with the damage increase, making it easier to clear the rest of the map with your marksman. Okay, this has been all the 3 gear raids. Hope you can take something with you for these stages, and it has been helpful. Until then, take care.